Hello and welcome to Codeavour Training Bootcamp. I am Vivek from Codeavour team, and in this live session, we are going to explore the wonders of Python with our little buddy Corky. So in today's session, we will be using Corky. In the past two sessions, you have used Corky with block-based coding, but today we are going to use Corky with Python-based coding. So let's get ready with the session. But just before that, I would like to ask you, have you all registered for Codeavour or not? So if you have registered for Codeavour, give me a thumbs up in the chat box. And if you haven't yet registered for it, then go check out the registration video, which is a complete guide for you all. The link is there in the description box. You can check out the video and it will help you out register yourself for the Innovation Fest, Codeavour 5.0. So, all right, let's get ready with the session. So, what we are going to do today, we are going to make a weather monitoring system with the help of Corky over here. So, we are going to use Corky over here, and we will be making the weather monitoring system. So, that is something that we have in agenda for today. So, yeah. Let's take a look at the outcomes of today's session. We will be, using Python with Corky. That is something that we will be doing, and functions of weather extension. With that, we will be making an activity of weather monitoring system. So that is that. Now, let us first of all understand what exactly is weather monitoring. Like, what comes up in your mind when I say weather monitoring? So weather monitoring is basically keeping a track of the weathers, different parameter of the of weather of any certain place. Like let's say, if you live in New York, right? You need to know certain things, certain parameters like temperature, humidity, possibilities of rain, wind speed, temperature, and all, like everything of the particular area where you stay. So what we are going to do, we are going to use Corky and we are going to make our own weather monitoring system with the help of our location. Location cannot be exact. You can use exact location also. Also, you can use the location of your state or your country. So that is something that you can do. But what we need is the longitude and latitude. So that is something that you need to do. So what you have to do is just open your web browser and type, let's say if you're living in New York, that means longitude and latitude of New York. And if you want to be more specific, then you can type out like, longitude and latitude of my location. And that will give you the longitude and latitude values of your location. So yeah, we will look at it once we start with the activity. So basically, weather monitoring system, I hope you understood it. Just, making a system by which we can gather different weather parameters such as temperature, humidity, wind speed, and other things, right? So that is something that, and weather monitoring system is very useful in every sector. Mostly it is useful in agriculture sector because you see that whenever you like let's talk about a farmer. Like whenever farmer is farming or cultivating, any type of crop that requires more rain, then the farmer will be using the weather monitoring system to detect if it is going to rain or not. And if it's not going to rain, then farmer needs to, plant like water his or her crops, right? Then other thing that it will help in, so let's say if I have a very big storage facility in which I am storing various kinds of grains and all, and if I want to know what is the weather and what the humidity will be. So humidity, storing the grains and storing the food plays a very important role. If the climate is too humid, then I have to make sure that the place in which I am storing the grains has to be dry, because if a single drop of water goes in, the whole grain, each and every grain will be destroyed or damaged. So that is, in which the weather monitoring system plays a very pivotal role in a lot of other areas also. And I would like you to give me examples in what different areas weather monitoring system plays an important role, and you have to type it down in the chat box below. Okay, so let's take a look at the functions of weather extension. So the function of the weather extension, the first one is get weather, in which we will give two parameters. The first parameter will be the latitude, and the second parameter will be longitude of a particular location. And that can be, as I mentioned, can be your location, can be your state, can be the locality in which you live. That is that. Then temperature is to get the temperature of that particular location. Then humidity to get the humidity, and weather is to return the weather of that specified location. So these are few functions of weather extension. So again, I will take you to the extensions page and show you the weather extension over there as well. So right back on the extensions page, if you go in the innovative extension, the second extension is weather data. Over here, you can see the table of contexts, the table of contents, sorry. Then you will be able to just scroll down. You will be able to read all about it over here. Then there are blocks, then there are pictoblocks Python functions. So let's say if you want to know more about get weather, you can just right click on it. I'm just opening it in another tab. And over there, you will be able to get to know all about this particular function, like what are all the parameters and expected values, default values, mode, everything is over here. So that is something that will help you out for this particular, not just this particular activity, but for all the activities and also for your project that you will be making for Codeavour. So let's head back to the PPT then. All right. Now, let's start up with the activity of weather monitoring system. So we are going to use Corky, as I already mentioned, and we are going to get few specific things. The first will be temperature, second will be humidity, and third will be weather of the location. All right. So before that, I will be taking you back on the browser, and I will show you how you can get longitude and latitude of your location or of any particular location. So as you can see over here, I have just written longitude and latitude of New York and then hit enter, and there you go. The longitude and latitude location is over here. So you can just, copy these front ones, and then you can enter these values over there. So let's open PictoBlocks application and start with the coding. So once you open PictoBlocks application, you have to head back to Python. Let's head back to Python, click on go ahead. All right. Now, let us understand what exactly we want to do. First of all, we want to load in the functions of a weather extension. So we have weather data extension. So let's first load in that. So how we will do that? We will, let me just increase the size. Yeah, we will just write WD equals to weather data, where W will be capital and D will be capital. All right. After this, what I want to do, I want to load in the core key functions, right? So for this, what I will do, I will just write core key equals to core key. That's it. Now all the core key functions are loaded in the variable core key. So whenever I want to, use any core key function, I will just type core key dot that particular function. Same for weather data. Now, if I want to load any weather data function, I will just write WD dot the particular function name. Okay. With that, now let's first of all use the get weather function of weather data, which will help us to get weather of the particular location. We have to enter longitude and latitude. Okay. With that, we will also use while true so that it is again and again, rerunning the code, and also, weather monitoring system never stops, right? Never stops displaying the weather. So first of all, what we will do, we will just write while true and then wd dot get weather. Now longitude and latitude. Now we have to enter the longitude and latitude. So the longitude and latitude that we copied earlier, either you can have it open in your web browser. I have opened it in my web browser. I will just enter that value over here and copy and paste. So yeah, after doing this particular, completing this particular section, what I'm going to do is I am going to get the temperature, humidity, and weather, and I will store it in particular variables that I will be creating. Okay, so let's do that. So first of all, I will just write temp equals to, I want to get the temperature. So wd dot temp. And of course, the temperature has to be, you can have it in Celsius or Fahrenheit, that's up to you. But I want it in Celsius, so I will just write C. After that, I want humidity, so I will just type HUM for humidity as a short form. HUM equals to WD dot humidity. Okay. After getting the humidity, I want to get the weather. So what I will just do, WA weather equals to WD dot, sorry, weather. Now all of the details are stored over here. Now you might be wondering, why are we doing that, Vivek? Like, what is the actual reason of doing this? Now you will understand what is the actual reason. We want the temperature, humidity, and weather to be printed on our core key, like, to scroll on our core key. Like, the text is scrolling on core key. That is what we want to do. So as these are going to be completely numbers, we have to change them into string. That is the important thing. Therefore, we have created variables in which we are storing these values. Right? Okay. Now what we will do, we will use core dot show scrolling text function, and we will scroll the temperature, humidity, and weather. That is what I want to do. Okay. All right. Now let's do that then. So core dot show scrolling, it will be double L, scrolling text. In this, what we are going to write, we are first of all going to, of course, we want the person to know that this is for temperature. So T, we will just give a colon, then a little space. Then we will, concat. Concat means join. We will join the T that we have written over here, the text that we have written over here with the variable. And we will first convert that variable into a string so that it can be scrolled on the core key. So we'll just use str function temp, right? Because it is for temperature. After this, now let's come to the part. The temperature is going to be in Celsius. So we are just going to write C. With that, I have to like mark the points. So I want it to be, the scrolling text to be for 1 second, and then I will have to give the RGB values. Okay. Now, if I take you back over here, let me just take you back to the page. Yeah. extension page. Okay, now over here, if we go in core key display extension, it will take time to load the, yeah, let's go in Python functions. So this is the one that we are using, scrolling text. Okay, now if I click on it, it will open it another tab, and now let's take a look at what exactly are the parameters so that you can understand which parameters we are adding in and what those parameters stands for, right? So let it load. Yeah. Okay. So the first is going to be the message, right? After that, it's going to be the speed, like the speed in seconds, right? Then after that, it's going to be the color. Color will be RGB value. So RGB is red, blue, green value. So this is what it looks like. So now then we have example also of this particular thing. And there you go. This is the example. It will display core key for in this in at the speed of 2, and then this will be the color. So color can be of your choice only. That is something that you can choose. That is up to you guys. But that I just wanted to show you what exactly are the parameters, right? Okay, let's head back to Pictoblocks. Now over here, I will give speed of 2 only because I think 1 is a little too fast. So 2, then I will be giving the RGB values. RGB values can be your like of your favorite color also. So if you want to get RGB values of any color that you like, you can just head to your web browser and then type in like RGB value of like red or any of your favorite color. Let's say violet. Then it will give you the RG value of violet also 27, 0 to 55. Let's add in that. So the value are 127, 0 to 55. So sorry, 127, 0 to 55. Okay. Then we can just copy this, paste it 2 more times. H will be for humidity, W will be for weather. Here for humidity, we created HUM variable, right? And for weather, we created weather variable, right? Okay. With that, weather is humidity will be percent because humidity comes in percentage. So percentage, we don't want any of these. Weather comes in just like that. So no need to add any other message with it. Then you can change the color, right? I will just randomly change the color values to anything that I want, right? Let's see what it will come up to be. Okay, sorry. All right. Now we will test it out. So let's just recheck the code. First of all, we loaded the weather data extension. We loaded Quirky functions in Quirky variable. In WD variable, we loaded the weather data extension functions. Then while true, then we have to get the weather of New York. Temperature will be stored in temp variable in Celsius. Humidity will be stored in hum variable or HUM variable. Then weather will be stored in weather variable, and then we are using show scrolling text function in which by which we are showing the temperature, humidity, and weather after converting them into string values. Then we are giving the speed. This is the speed. 2 is the speed. Then we are giving the RGB value, like in what color we want the text to be displayed. Okay, now comes the very most important part. Let's connect our core key to Pictoblocks. So at the back, let me show it to you. At the back of the core key, okay, let me stop sharing the screen. Yeah, at the back over here, if you can see, this is where the button is, the on and off button, this one. This is where the on and off button is. So let's turn it on. And once you turn it on, the blue light will come up, right? And when the blue light comes up, that means the core key is charged. And if it is not charged, then you can charge up the core key as well. Okay, now let's head back to PictoBlocks. I will show you how you can connect it. First of all, I hope you understood how you can connect core key in two ways, by Bluetooth and by serial port in your first session. Okay, let's click on board, then select core key. It will automatically take you to the connecting page or connecting pop-up. Over here, you have two options, serial port. So you can connect your core key via serial port by connecting cable over here, by which you charge the core key, or you can connect it via Bluetooth port also. For connecting a core key via Bluetooth to your laptop or PC, you need to download PictoBlocks link. That is mandatory. So you need to download PictoBlocks link, and then you have to run that link. It's just like Bluetooth for core key. When you run that, it will help you to connect your core key to your laptop wirelessly or via Bluetooth. But if you want to connect your core key via Bluetooth to your mobile phone, you do not need to download PictoBlocks link. You can directly connect it just by turning on your phone's Bluetooth. Okay. Now my core key is also turned on. As you can see, the blue light is coming up, and you can see it is coming up over here also. Let me just connect it. Once it's connected, it will play some sound and it will change the display color to green. All right. Now it is connected. Now if I just click on run, the script will start executing. Okay, I will show you the execution as well. As I mentioned for the like in the previous sessions, I also mentioned when you start executing any extension program, the extension part takes some time to load in. But as you can see, it is working perfectly fine. And it is giving me the temperature, humidity is in green color, temperature was in violet, and then weather is in some tealish or bluish color. These colors are very like nice. I like them. So temperature is 14 and humidity is 72%. Weather is cloudy. Okay, clouds. Temperature is 14.443 Celsius. Okay, let's take a look at the temperature then, shall we? I will just stop the execution. Let's head back to the to our web browser. Let's check the temperature of New York. Temperature, sorry, in New York. I'm not able to see. Oh, and it is one, yeah, as you can see over here, right now it is stay, humidity, wind. Okay, we will get the temperature of these coordinates. Temperature of we need the exact location. New York is big. But you see, it is giving us the temperature of this particular, you know, place. If you want, if you have, you can get your live location also. Like, let's say if I want to get longitude and latitude of my location, I can do that as well. You can do that, and you will get the longitude and latitude of your location, which will help you out to study these things a little better. So yeah, so this is the whole code. Import time is something that you can skip, and now the script has started is something that you can skip. That is something that you can skip if you want to. But that was it for this session. I hope you understood, and I hope you are liking the core key sessions and learning something new in every session with us. So thank you so much for tuning in for this session. If you have any doubts or any queries, make sure you join our Telegram and WhatsApp group to keep yourself updated, and you can also ask your queries or doubts over there as well. You can also reach out to us by mailing us at codeavour@thestempedia.com. So thank you so much for tuning in for this session. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.